and the purpose is to do this, and we use this model because of what reason we do the heater treater, and we expect the droplet size to be this much, the recommendation. So there has to be a discussion about it. Okay, so totally you will show several parts. Okay, inside the separator, do you install wet breaker? Do you install waste extractor? You use vent type? What kind of inlet diverter do you think you use? So there has to be some equation. There has to be some thickness. Okay, if you give me 3 pages, okay, without any picture, without any equation, you get about 3 or 10 or something, or 30 or 100. Of course, there has to be some summary in the front, but I make it very clear that that's the report for this class. I need about 3,000 words, okay, or 10 pages, just question.
Do you want it like 1 paper per group or everyone write a paper?
Oh, I want, how many groups do you have? 30. So each group submit just 1 piece, and you have the name in front of it. Okay. If some of you didn't work at all, it is fine, because I assume that, let's say you have 5 people in the group. So it's not every one of you work on the facility part, right? Some of you may work on the geology part for manipulation, reservoir, or drilling. So let's say we have in that group 2 people here is in that group. Maybe just one of you do it, and another one is doing drilling part. I don't know, right? So each of you, even though you don't do, anyone has more than 1 people in the group that come from this facility class. 2, 3. So you have 3 people. So in that 3 people, I expect at least 1 people work on it, and another 2 just get a free ride. It's not a free ride, okay? They do some other part. They do reservoir part. They do drilling part. So if there's a student A work on drilling part, he is in my class. Student B work on the facility part, he is in my class. You both submit that, just 1 piece, okay? And I give student A and student B same grade, because they work, but they work as a team on different parts. If you don't work as a team, you cannot finish it. So everyone do facility and no one do drilling part. Your project won't be finished, right? But if that student did not do anything, okay, the grade can be different, okay? So we want everyone to work as much as they can. But let me tell you this first. A group team, a good team means not one person work for everything. One person work for everything. This means you are not capable of encourage or divide your tasks properly so that everyone has something to do. Give them some tasks to do and have them do it. Have them promise, okay, what do they do or something. So if they don't deliver, then you can complain later, okay? But most of the time you don't want to complain, okay? Just make it done. Yes? That's what I said now, how many pages, how many words, the equation. Oh, okay, try to put that guideline. When we, the project is not due, is, I don't know. Same time as the senior design. Whenever you submit your senior design, you have the, I will tell you for sure. I don't know if it is in syllabus. I will find out and announce it. Good. The deadline to do the assumption. Yes. No more question. So at least you need 10 pages. Okay. Picture is good. Show one case. You use the chart. Show the chart. It may end up at 50 pages or something. I like that. Okay. It shows that you do something, and there has to be enough evidence for me to see that you do everything else, not just you have 10 cases, you just do 1 and then you just show that. No, there has to be some evidence. Some evidence means screenshot of your Excel sheet. That's when you kind of lazy. If you very good at it, you just put a table, okay, and show what is the calculation result for each case. And one example of the calculation is this. Okay. Question. I think question will come when you are about to have spring break or something. Maybe have more questions. let's do storage quickly. Okay, this tank battery, Pioneer tank battery. On the top, you see pressure transmitter, and you see a deep hatch. Okay, this pressure transmitter can tell you the level, how much is in the tank. Okay, this can tell you the level, and you have that orange thing. What do you call that? To tell the wind direction. Wind. Oh, okay, it looks like a sock. So that big tank, it is too big to put on the car. Do they have to build it over there? Okay. For the big tank, they have to go to the side and then build it, not like bring it on the truck and ship it. Okay. And look at the top part. Each part that comes from the top is gas, right? Gas line connected together, and then it go to what? VRU. Quad O, right? You remember quad O? Quad O regulation cannot emit a certain amount per, how many times per year? 7? Some number, okay. So you have to go to that part and recover those vapors. So tank, 500 barrel or less, we can build outside and transport by truck. 400 and 500 barrel are common size. Tank larger than 1,000 barrel, we need on-site construction, cannot move around. Okay, suitable if there's a long-term plan for the large tank. Water tank is made from fiberglass. Okay, if you touch it, this will look like steel. It's fiberglass. Okay, so that there's no corrosion. Oil tank is made from carbon steel. Okay, and that's ASTM A1011. That's standard. Okay. Storage tank, you have seen it. It looks like several tanks sit next to each other, and on the bottom you have it stay on the quality pad, and it have some containment so that if oil spill, that oil doesn't come out everywhere, right? And when there's oil spill, you have to, depending on how much spill, if it's just couple drop, you don't have to report. But if it's a barrel spill on the ground, you have to report that to EPA, okay? Or you report to your boss, and if they don't report, it's their fault. Okay, this is a tank, API 12F. It looks like this. So at the bottom, it have a manway to go in, right? That's square thing. So we have a top part. We have some part to connect with the stair. Okay, 16. That's number 16. Walkway bracket locks. So that part, 16, is for the stair. Number 5, number 4, overflow line connection. So each tank connect to another one. So when one tank fills, it go to another tank, go to another tank. Good. And you put them together in a certain containment. On the top, you have a deep hatch or something. So this is the drawing of it. It tells how tall it is. That's one size of tank. Okay, and it have vent line, overflow line, pipeline, cone or something. From the side view, you have that part, right? Clean out. If you want to clean, you go in there. I don't want to go in there. Okay. But if you need to clean it, you go in there. Any comment on that? Okay. So on the top part, this is kind of drawing that basically you may need more detail like this when you are actually try to construct it, do the actual construction, so that you will find out. You notice that it is not quite symmetry, right? One side we have deep hatch, another side doesn't have deep hatch. So let's say you have a stair, and they put the deep hatch instead of close to the stair, they put it on another side, like rotate it like that. What do you feel? Oh, on the contract it doesn't tell anything, and I put it over there. Everyone, how can you open the deep hatch? You cannot, right? So you have to open the deep hatch and do the measurement. So it has to be on the right side. Okay, this should be very silly. Okay, but make sure that you don't make a mistake. Okay, tank. So some tank has a bottom part for the drain, collect the solid part. Okay, and we can pump it out anything from the bottom. So you accumulate any sand, any PSW over there, then we can pump it out. Those tanks, you will see that from time to time you may have to pump and circulate it, okay, to get a representative sample if you want a sample. And some tank, when you look from outside, it looks like just every tank, but inside is a cone shape. Okay, so that heavy component or liquid or water can drain easily. Okay, with a pump. Tank dimension. Okay, this part, is it important? It's not quite important until you try to draw the facility. Okay, it's not quite important until you have to do the actual CAD design. Okay, you try to do 1D CAD design. How much do you want to put your tank together? If you have 12 tanks, how much space do you need? So how much space that you need for the containment? So you can use this, right? This tell you what size of tank. Okay, 500 barrel. The diameter that we use, outside diameter 12 feet. So that's how big it is. Okay, and you have approximate working capacity, how many barrels that it can do. So when you have 500 tanks, the working capacity is 466. Okay, and pressure and vacuum, so it can do 16 ounce. For vacuum is 0.5 ounce or inches. And we have okay, this is a specification. So tank doesn't hold much pressure and is not do anything with vacuum. So if you keep turning on your VRU, and your VRU is a screw pump or vent pump, that kind of pump compressor is a positive displacement, right? Positive displacement means it needs to take a certain volume in, and that kind of mass going out all the time. So this will make your tanks collapse, implode. Okay, so it's bent inside. Number of tanks. How many tanks do you use? So it's used enough for accommodate 1 day production at least. Okay, and you have 6 by 500 barrel tanks for 3,000 barrel per day production. Okay, and you have 2 500 barrel tanks for fiberglass water tank. That's for big battery. Small battery, you can have 2 by 400 barrel. So this is to accommodate like the high production in the first month. And you can move it around if after first month, 6 months, and you don't need it, you can use it for other battery. Dip hatch. Dip hatch is opening on the top that you can take oil sample, find the oil water interface and liquid level, and can check water cut. So you put some kind of container that's called dip, put in and take it out. Who did that before? You did that? Is it fun? How does it smell? It's not good. If you smell something, it's not good. So there's a dip hatch. Okay, this on the top, and steel tank, and there's a bracket for the walkway, and cover plate, clean out detail, the part where we go inside, how big that is. So that is enough for someone to go inside. Dip hatch. This is a model for 660. So this model is a dip hatch. It's a round shape cover intended to use for tight sealing is critical, such as sour gas or whether it's restrict environmental emission standard. When you go to high bond, one thing that you learn is don't keep your dip hatch left open. Very easy, as easy as that, right? But that is important because in India they just let it open and the very rich gas come out. So the normal BTU of gas is like 1,000 BTU, right? But that thing that they say is like 2,000 BTU gas come out. So close the deep hatch, open only when needed. And when you open, you have to be upwind, not downwind. If you are downwind, you open it, you can die. Okay, and some people die because of that. So this tell you the feature, material aluminum casting, non-sparking. So deep hatch has to be to a certain standard. Okay, it's locked and it's tight and sealed. Okay, and we have another kind of deep hatch. Okay, so it's a different model. So long basin serves as deep hatch shelf. So you can have oil spill over there and don't do anything bad. So doesn't need to be round. So deep hatch come from, so that one come from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay. Deep, it look like this. So it's for sampling and measurement, and you have a color cut, put on tape, fine water, oil water interface. So color cut paste. So color cut paste, is that changing the color when it touch water or something? What's color cut? Oh. You did that before, right? You use color cut? Just like that? There's a video you want to watch by yourself, or maybe now. Okay, that thing show that we should wear proper PPA. They put a diff in, okay, and get it up. That's how they take the sample. Do they and put a little bit to close the hatch. Get sample from several places. Okay. Measure. Okay, that's how they use it. Okay, take the sample from several locations. So that's from the middle, from the bottom. Close the cap. Use another one. Take the sample. Three different locations. Did he wear safety glass? Or any H2S detector, probably. So you can take sample from several locations. Okay, that's my point. And on the side, there's a part that you just push, the liquid just come out. Okay. If you want to know, and what's that? That thing that they drop, you know? Hydrometer. So put it in and read it, and it tells specific gravity, right? This some kind of work that if you don't need to, you don't do it. If you need to, okay, do it. You get sample, have a hydrometer, get the density. Use color cut to find oil water interface. It just change the color so you know exactly where's the water, right? Okay. This is a welded tank gauge table. So this table doesn't need to do any, you don't need to do calculation, you just from the table. What is the depth of fluid? From the depth of fluid, then you can tell. Okay, if the tank diameter is that much, 8 feet, so at that depth we have that much barrel, volume in barrel. Okay, so if the level is high, like 8 feet, 7 feet, then we can tell how much is inside. Just read the table and we know it right away. Okay, good. Do you know how to get the number in the table? You're probably not the one who read the table, but maybe the one who made the table, right? Okay, just calculate the volume and put the number in.
There's another name for that table too. Yeah, strapping table.
Strapping table.
When you strap a tank, you measure the diameter of various pieces up there so you can get
Hmm.
gradings.
Okay, that's a table that we put in. Use tank gauge table, obtain capacity. So to obtain capacity, 11 feet, 3.5 of oil, and 15 feet and 6 inch in 15 feet 6 inch diameter tank. So 11 give us that much barrel, 3 inch give us that much barrel, 12 half inch give us that much barrel. Add them together and then you get total barrels in the tank. Good. National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health. Okay, this is something about the tank that you may want to know. Okay. The bottom line is you can die. Okay. Now you want to know, right? It may not be in the test, but I think you want to know it anyway. So suspect that inhalation fatalities involve worker during manual tank gauging, sampling and fluid transfer operation in oil and gas well site from 2010 and 2014. 9 fatalities were identified that met the above case definition. Of the 9 workers, 6 occurred in 2014, 1 in 13, 1 in 12, and 1 in 10. 3 fatalities occurred in North Dakota, 3 in Colorado, 1 in Texas, 1 in Oklahoma, 1 in Montana. All the fatalities occurred at crude oil production tank. 4 of them happened during the tank gauging. If you want to know how much is inside, open it, you die. So if there is some other way, use some other way. Don't try to ask unless it need to. Then you stay upwind. Okay, stay upwind and wear proper PPE. Okay, 5 additional fatalities occur during sampling by pumper trucker. All 9 of fatalities occur among employees who were working alone or not being observed. So when they go alone, they collapse. No one helped them to go anywhere. No one called the police. No one do anything. Die. Okay. At least one case, the victim had sought medical evacuation for health effect. So have dizziness, disorientation experienced during prior gauging activity. So die anyway, at the end when that happens. So it's not good. Okay. So that is come from government website. Case 9, 20 years old man, floor tester, was found unresponsive on a well pad site and later determined to have died at this well site. The victim was expected to gauge a crude oil tank. The victim was discovered in the early morning face down in the upper hatch of the crude oil storage tank, face down. Okay. The well pad was not known to have risk of exposure of H2S in the area, nor had H2S been detected in the past at this test site. This test was through work related by OSHA. The medical examiner reported the case of death include cardiac arrhythmia with cardiac hypertrophy, coronary artery, blah, blah, blah. So when someone tells you, hey, this is sweet, it doesn't smell anything, it's good, don't worry about it, just open on the top. It's not sound, we don't have any experience on the H2S. You don't have to worry about it. You believe them? Yes, you believe, but you don't open it and, oh, it smells like money, you die, okay? You don't want to smell it, you don't want it to go into your lung, okay? It causes cancer at least and at least when people die, you don't want to be one of that, right? And how old are you? Are you 20 years old? That guy is 20 years old. And that happened, so I don't have any doubt. It has been because of that. So none of you did link to tank gauging and all. So that's the website. Is it impractical for workers to always wear respirator when performing this dangerous task? Can you help spread the word that checking oil tanks hatches has far too often been proven to be deadly? It is deadly. Is it impractical, Danny? Or they just don't want to wear it?
It may be inconvenient, but you can always do it.
Is it inconvenient? Do you want to do it? No, but if you die, then you want to do it now, right? Do you have idea of solution to this particular hazard? Just wear it. Respirator, maybe $50, $100 or something, I don't know. This part you may need to read about it, okay? Oilfield worker is highly dangerous. Statistic from that show fatality rate of oil and gas industry was 7 times higher than general industry and 2.5 times higher than construction industry. Okay? It's more dangerous. Okay? And you don't want to smell anything. The vapor of hydrocarbon, even though it's not H2S, when it goes into your lung, it is not oxygen. Okay? It is not oxygen. You need oxygen. You don't need hydrocarbon smell. Okay? You need oxygen. You may collapse and you later die. Okay? Okay. End of that, and we have a little bit more. Okay. Another valve. So it's a vent valve that you see on the top. We connect to the vent valve at the very end. So worst case that we cannot capture everything and we have too much pressure come and something happens, we want to vent it, okay, to the atmosphere. Okay. When we vent it, we have to vent far away from any flammable source. So when you go to tank that, we don't smoke. Design prevent escape of light end crude by maintaining pressure in storage. Open when the system pressure or vacuum exceed the set point. Okay. Pressure 1 to 16 ounce per square inch. Okay, ounce per square inch. Vacuum 0.4 ounce per square inch. So when it vacuum, it sucks air in. When it has too much pressure, it vents gas out. Okay, and this is inside mechanism. So it can do both put air in and suck air out. Okay, it's not good. Get rid of your excess vapor. Okay. Another valve, and we can have inline vent valve to VRU. So when the pressure is too high, we vent it, but we vent to VRU. Okay. We will talk more about this next time. It's still 12:19. Thank you for coming and expect homework on